Hi, I'm Astrid Clements with Astrid Solo Travel Advisor, and today our video of the week, I guess you would say, is going to be on packing organizers. Packing is probably one of the top three stressors that solo travelers experience when they're getting ready to plan a solo trip, go on a solo trip. So I'm trying to share with you some of my tips that I think are very useful in order to keep you organized and help you reduce your stress. Okay, so I will start out with, first of all, how I organize basically my money and my important documents. Because computer theft, or I guess you'd say identity theft now, is so prevalent, especially outside of the United States in third world countries, you have to always now protect the information on your credit cards. So what I have started to do is to take this little metal pouch-like container that keeps the bad guys from reading your credit card information off your credit card if it's in a wallet that is not RFID protected. So what I do is I only take a few credit cards when I travel, and I always put it in this little metal case that is specifically geared to keeping identity theft from happening. This is very, very important now. Okay, that's the first thing. The second tip that I suggest is just a simple coin purse. This is, a very inexpensive, what I guess you would say old-fashioned way to carry your cash. But I like it because if you carry a wallet, then, somebody who's maybe has their eye out on you or whatever, you're a little bit more vulnerable for somebody to feel like there's more in a wallet that they want to take. But just a very inexpensive looking coin purse, they're not going to be that interested in that. So, but what I do is daily, I'll put the cash that I need in terms of the currency of the country where I'm traveling to. I'll put it in one side, and the other side I will put some American money in it just in case of emergency. But I like to use these coin purses because it doesn't draw attention to my cash or my money. So this is another little container or tip that I use in order to keep myself organized and stress-free. Okay, then the next little, what I call a pouch, is for your important travel documents. When you're traveling now, especially women, they'll typically carry a big tote or whatever. And in the tote, they'll have their pashmina, they will have their either Kindle or maybe some magazines, reading material. They'll have, of course, their wallet and their credit card, and you have to have your passport ready and your travel documents. Well, I have found the more that I'm organized, even within my tote, the more relaxed that I feel when I have to go through immigration or any kind of station that I have to pull out my passport or whatever. So what I like to do is I like to put my passport in, I actually got this on a Uniworld River cruise, but I still use it because I think it's very good. I put my passport in one side. If there's anything else I want to stick in there, some papers I'll put here. And then on this side, I have my hotel documents, my itinerary, anything that I think that I will need in terms of information on the way there and on the way back. So this is a very good thing because you never know when you're going to need your passport. And all you have to do is reach in that tote, pull this out. You've got your hotel documents, you've got your e-ticket, you've got your passport, and whatever else you feel like that you need in order to identify yourself or keep yourself from not rummaging around in your big tote. Because I have done it in the past. If I don't stay organized, I'm forever, oh my gosh, I know it's in here. I know it's in here. I did not leave my passport at home or whatever. And this actually will help you make sure you don't leave your passport home or your important documents. So this is a real good organizer too. And you don't have to take this, you know, during your daily sightseeing or whatever, but it's real good to take it when you're traveling to and from your destination. Okay, that's the third little pouch. Then the next couple of pouches, and I have a couple of models, but you know, when you're traveling, if you like to dress up, or if you know, if you want to have some stylish way of dressing, you usually will bring some kind of jewelry or accessories. And I always like to put them in little pouches, because this way you won't lose an earring, you won't lose an inexpensive ring. And that brings me to another thing. Do not take any valuable jewelry with you while traveling. But with that said, you'll probably want some little bracelets and a necklace, etc. So this is one little pouch, and you could, you know, all of these organizers that I'm showing you, just go on the internet. I love Amazon. I just go to Amazon and say I want a jewelry pouch or whatever, and you'll see hundreds of them. But I like this particular one because you can put necklaces in here, and it has 3 little dividers. There's another little hook here that you can put bracelets on. So for a jewelry pouch that's very little, I think this one is very well designed. Okay, that's number 1. Then this is another one. If you have a little bit bulkier things, bracelet or whatever, you can put them in here and lock it up like this, and you can put some other things on top. There's another little hanging feature there. So this is another type of jewelry pouch that I think is good. I have another one that kind of goes together and has all these little sections. I didn't bring this one for the video because I didn't think I needed that many. But you can go on the internet. You see all different types. Then this is another type of organizer that I use a lot. I got these little bags in China, I think for $4 for all 5 or 6 of them. But you can put, you know, bracelets in this one. Rings in this one, gold in this one, necklaces. I mean, it's there. I love these little things because you can organize them, and you can even put this within here if you want. All this is your silver jewelry. All of this is going to be your gold jewelry. That's it, you know. So if you stay organized, you're not going to lose things as much. You're going to know where they are, so you're not going to be as stressed. And another tip, I never put even my inexpensive jewelry in my checked luggage. I always bring it either on my carry-on bag or in the tote that I'm taking. So jewelry organizers. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here. The next thing is meds. Now, I'm older, so I do take a little cholesterol pill and a very light, wanted to say birth control pill. That is not true. Blood pressure pill, quite different. But and then I like to take vitamins. So I want to keep everything organized, and I found this little pill organizer which has morning, noon, and night. But basically every day you have whatever you want to take, and this is up to I think 2 weeks. So this one is actually very good, very inexpensive. I think this was like $8. But if you want to bring your meds, this is a good way to organize it by day. You know you've taken it, you know, you might forget or whatever. Another tip though, even if you're going to organize your vitamins and your meds and this, make sure you bring a written copy that your doctor has signed of your medications in case for some reason they get lost. And to tell you the truth, you need to bring these in your tote. You don't need to put anything like that, like this, in your suitcase. So if you take meds or vitamins, bring this and make sure that you have a copy of the prescription in the event something happens to this. Okay, then the next thing is your tech items and tech cord or organizer. Now, this I would have never thought I needed, especially even 5 years ago. But now with the iWatch and with your, your iPads and your phones, I mean, there's so many cords now that you've got to have it. And then your battery packs. If you're, have a special camera and you've got to bring extra battery packs, and all your electronics need some kind of booster, usually during the day, if you're taking a lot of pictures or whatever. So you need one of these. You also, for your electric adapters, in some countries they don't use the same type of plugs that we plug into. So if you have all of your cords and all of your technology, things that you use, because there are all kinds of new things in there. This is wonderful, because if you stick them in your suitcase somewhere, or just put them in between some shoes, or you're not really thinking about it, I guarantee you that you will not find it, and it will be the thing that stresses you out the most. So this is great for all of those cords, and they're not everywhere, because I know in the past I've stuck one in my tote. I forgot another one, I put it in my purse. Then when I'm looking, it just takes me a while to figure out, well, where did I put the cord for this? So this is, I think it's wonderful. And all of these things, they sound like, well, that's common sense, you should do it. But people, I have found, they really don't think that way. Most of the time they just put things in their suitcase, and you'd be surprised. Things get wrinkled, they shift around, and then sometimes you put it in one place, another time you put it in another. If you're always using these organizers, you will know, hey, all my tech stuff is in here, or all my meds are in here, or all my shoes are in shoe bags, etc. Which leads me to the next bag. And this I am a great proponent of, or shoe bags. A lot of people don't think about this. They just put their shoes, all around their clothes in the suitcase. And I tell you, shoes are dirty. Shoes pick up terrible germs, and shoes can get wet, etc. These shoe bags are great to keep your clothes clean, to keep your dirty shoes from messing something else up. Plus, it's another way to keep your suitcase organized, because if your suitcase is organized, it's less likely that your clothes are going to be all wrinkled when you get them out. And exactly, you don't have one shoe one place and another shoe in another part of the suitcase. You have a pair of shoes in this, and if you bring 3 or 4 pair, you put them neatly either in between the 2 major columns of the clothes you wear, or around the edges of the suitcase. Works great. Okay, so shoe bags. Then don't forget, you've got boots. If you bring boots, you need a boot bag. So I think these are great. And before I started using separate packing cubes, I would put all my undergarments and my nightgowns and even my pashminas in here. And this would just be kind of a carry-all of those kinds of things. And I would, put them in the suitcase, either in between 2 of the columns of clothes or whatever. And I always knew where those items were. Then also, I used to always, before I used the packing cubes, bring an extra 1 or 2 of these, so when I have dirty clothes, soiled clothes, I would put them in here. I'd fold them nicely so they wouldn't get real bulky. But these bags that I got from some of my nicer shoes I love them. So I really do recommend shoe bags and boot bags. You don't think about it, but I promise you, if you use it, you'll lose less shoes. Your clothes aren't going to get dirty or messed up because you had a pair of leather shoes that got wet and then, stained your white blouse. So those are very good. Then the last type of organizers, which I can tell you, I have been late to this game, but I am so glad that I now do use them, because I have found that these packing cubes, and they come in all kinds of sizes, are fantastic for everything. So I'm going to show you some various sizes and talk about what you would put into each one of them, and stress again how wonderful they are, because they really do keep you organized. They keep your suitcase organized so it's not shifting all around, and they keep everything from wrinkling as much. And oddly enough, and I thought that this was just, I couldn't believe it, because I thought, well, you can just smush things in your suitcase. If you've kind of overpacked, just sit on it, you know, zip it up and it'll go closed. For some reason, these packing cubes seem to be able to help you pack more. I don't know what it is, but they do something with compressing everything. So I like them very much, and now I'm a firm believer, and I use them. Okay, the first one, you can put pashminas in this long one. You can put curling irons, anything that is long and narrow, you can fold up and put in here. This one, great for socks, underwear, you know, anything, undergarments. Very good one with that. Then this size is real good for pants, or maybe some type of pullover, you know, shell or whatever. But this is probably more geared to pants. And one thing I like about these, or some of them, is on top, they're actually in two sections. They have this section where you fold your pants nice, and you can probably, in this bag, believe it or not, you could probably get 6 to 8 pairs of pants if you fold them well and get the air out of it. But once your pants are dirty, if you don't send them to the cleaners, you put all of your dirty pants on this side, and the pants that are still clean, when you return home, you can put it in this side, so they actually organize your clothes that are dirty in the front. You know, keep the ones that are dirty from mixing in with the clean ones. So that to me is a great feature. Then we have another size that I think are good for tops, very good for tops. Then two bigger sizes. This one would be super for dresses, sweaters, anything that's you know, a little bit longer that you would have to fold maybe twice or 3 times. This is excellent. And then the big one, which, you know, for men, actually, they could put a suit in. You could put a coat in this one. You can put anything that's really big in this one. And is, you know, say 1 or 2 fur coats, maybe not long fur coats, but say jackets, you could put in here and smush them down. They would be fine. You know, get to your hotel, take them out of the bag, hang them up, and you're ready to go. And that's another thing. When you get to the hotel and your suitcase is all organized, you take out, this bag has all your tops. You just put them in the drawer. Or the ones that you want to hang them up immediately. You take out your sock bag and your underwear bag, you put them in the underwear drawer. It's not like you have all of these things that are all in different places in your suitcase, or just thrown in your suitcase. I know when I was younger, well, I didn't know what I wanted to bring, so I just started putting everything in there. And don't do that. Before you leave, look at your itinerary, know what the weather is going to be, what the culture is going to be like, and organize your outfits. You know, take 2 or 3 pairs of pants, depending on how long you're staying. And make sure that the tops coordinate. You have a blazer or a jacket or 2. You have a couple of pashminas, 2 dresses maybe, and a skirt. But be organized in the clothes that you're bringing for the things that you're going to be doing. Try them on before you put them in the bags to make sure they still fit and you like them. But don't just start packing because, oh, well, maybe I'll want to wear this, and oh, this goes with this. And then before you know it, your suitcase is full, it's unorganized, and then when you get there, you can say, oh, I don't really like this, or oh my God, it's much colder, or whatever. So by having these cubes, it makes you think about what you're going to bring. Is it appropriate? Keeps you organized. So once you're there, you just take your clothes out, you put them in the drawer, and you're ready to go. You know what's in where it is and what you've brought. And even you want to go to the extent, and I'm kind of a little bit fussy about my clothes and what I bring and etc. I will put all the white blouses together and then all the black blouses together and keep them organized even by color. But bottom line is staying organized, especially when it comes to packing, is a wonderful stress reliever when you're traveling. I cannot emphasize this enough, because if you don't know where your tech cord is, or you've misplaced your adapter, I mean, you have to go to the concierge, or you have to find somewhere else to buy one. And these packing cubes help remind you that you need to put this back in there, as well as you know where it is. So try them out, and let me hear from you. Let me know if you think this video was valuable, and follow me on social media. I have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at AstridTravel.com is my website, AstridTravel on the other sites. And I thank you for listening till I do my next video.